Chapter 5. Dickon. The sun shone down for nearly a week on the secret garden. Mary loved the feeling that when she shut the door, no one knew where she was. Every day she found more green shoots. They seemed to be coming up everywhere. Mary worked hard, digging and pulling up weeds until the shoots had nice clear spaces around them. And the more she worked, the more she enjoyed herself. During that week, Mary saw Ben Weatherstaff a lot. He seemed happier to talk to her now. One day, when he seemed to be in a particularly good mood, Mary decided to ask him a question. "If you wanted to make a flower garden," she said, "what would you plant?" "Sweet-smelling things, but mostly roses," Ben Weatherstaff replied. "Do you like roses?" Mary asked. Ben dug up a weed before he answered. "Well, yes, I do," he said. "A young lady taught me about roses. She had a lot of them in a place she liked, and she loved them like children. But that was 10 years ago now." "Where is she now?" asked Mary. "She died," Ben answered, digging his spade hard into the earth. "What happened to the roses? Did they die too?" asked Mary, more interested than ever. "Well, I liked them, and I liked her. So every year I used to go and work on them a bit, cutting them back and weeding around them, and some of them lived." "When they have no leaves and look grey and brown and dry, how can you tell whether they are dead or alive?" asked Mary. "Look along the branches, and if you see some brown lumps," Ben Weatherstaff replied, "watch them after the rain." Suddenly he stopped digging and looked curiously at Mary's excited face. "Why do you care so much about roses all of a sudden?" he asked. Mary felt her face grow red. She was almost afraid to answer. I want to say that I have a garden of my own," she said. "There is nothing for me to do. I have nothing and no one." "Well," said Ben Weatherstaff slowly, "that's true." He said it in a strange way, and Mary thought he was perhaps feeling sorry for her. She had never felt sorry for herself. She had only felt tired and cross. But now the world seemed to be changing and getting nicer. She realized that she had found another person that she liked. She liked old Ben Weatherstaff, even though he was often so cross. After Mary had finished talking to Ben, she walked down the long walk at the back of the secret garden. She decided to go up to the wood at the edge of the gardens and look for rabbits. But as she got near to the wood, she heard a strange, low whistling sound. Then she saw a very strange sight. A boy was sitting under a tree, playing on a rough wooden pipe. He was a funny-looking boy, and he was about 12. His nose turned up, his cheeks were as red as poppies, and he had round blue eyes. A brown squirrel was watching him from a branch of the tree, and nearby 2 rabbits seemed to be listening to the noise of his pipe. When the boy saw Mary, he held up his hand and spoke to her in a low voice. "Don't move," he said. "It will frighten them away." Mary stood still. The boy stopped playing his pipe and began to get up very carefully. He moved so slowly, it was as if he wasn't moving at all. At last he stood up. The rabbits hopped away, and the squirrel ran back up the tree. But they didn't seem at all frightened. "I'm Dickon," the boy said, "and I know you are Miss Mary. I've brought you a fork and a spade. They're really good ones. And I've got you some nice seeds too." He had a wide red mouth and his smile went right across his face. Mary knew nothing about boys, and she felt rather shy. "Will you show the seeds to me?" she said. When she came closer to him, she noticed that he had a clean, fresh smell of heather, grass and leaves. It was a nice smell, and when she looked into his funny face with the red cheeks and the blue eyes, she forgot that she was feeling shy. Dickon took out some small paper bags. "There are lots of poppies. Look," he said. "They'll grow wherever you throw the seeds." He stopped and turned his head quickly. "There's a robin calling us," he said, and sure enough, they heard a loud twitter from the bushes. Dickon turned towards Mary. "Does he know you?" he asked. "He knows me a little," said Mary. "Is he really calling us?" "Oh, yes," laughed Dickon. He moved closer to the bushes and made a sound almost like the robin's own twitter. The robin twittered back as if it were answering a question. "Oh, yes, he's a friend of yours," said Dickon. "I can see that." "Do you understand everything birds say?" said Mary. "I think I do, and they think I do," Dickon smiled. "Sometimes I think perhaps I am a bird, or a fox, or a rabbit." He laughed and started telling Mary about the seeds once more. "Why don't I come and plant them for you?" he said. "Where's your garden?" Mary said nothing. Her face turned red and then pale. "Didn't they give you a bit of a garden?" said Dickon. Mary looked at him. "I don't know anything about boys," she said slowly. "Could you keep a secret if I told you one? It's a big secret. I think if anyone found out, I would die." "I'm keeping secrets all the time," said Dickon. "If I told all the other boys about birds' nests and foxes' cubs and things, nothing on the moor would be safe." Mary said nothing for a moment. Then she made up her mind. "I've stolen a garden," she said very fast. "Nobody wants it. Perhaps everything in it is dead already. I don't know. But they can't take it away from me. They can't." She felt hot and cross again. "Where is it?" asked Dickon gently. "Come with me and I'll show you," Mary said, getting up, and she led Dickon to the ivy-covered wall and took him through the door into the secret garden. "Here it is," she said. "It's a secret garden, and I'm the only one in the world who wants it to be alive." Dickon looked all around. He breathed out in surprise. "Well," he almost whispered, "what a strange and pretty place. It's like walking into a dream." For 2 or 3 minutes, he stood looking around him while Mary watched him. Then he began to walk softly around. "I never thought I'd see this place," he whispered at last. "Martha told me there was a garden that no one went into. We used to wonder what it was like." "Will there be roses?" Mary whispered. "I thought perhaps they were all dead." "No, not all of them," Dickon answered. "Look here." He walked over to one of the branches and took out his knife. There were lots of shoots on the branch, and most of them were hard, dry grey. But one was brownish green. "This here is a new bit," said Dickon, pointing at it. "It's as alive as you or me." "Oh, I am glad," cried Mary. They went from tree to tree and from bush to bush. Dickon was very strong and clever with his knife. He knew how to cut the dead wood away, and he knew when a branch still had green life in it. He showed Mary how to use the fork, and they went around the garden digging and pulling out weeds. "There's a lot of work to do here," said Dickon, looking around happily. "Will you come again and help me do it?" Mary said. "Oh, do come, Dickon." "I'll come every day if you want me to," he answered. "But I don't want it to look like a gardener's garden. It's nice like this, with the roses all running wild. I wouldn't like it all neat and tidy, would you?" "Let's not make it tidy," said Mary. "It wouldn't be a secret garden if it was tidy." Dickon stood rubbing his head for a moment. "It is a secret garden," he said. "But someone else must have been in here since it was shut up 10 years ago." "But the door was locked and the key was buried," said Mary. "No one could get in." "That's true," said Dickon. "But I think someone's cut back these roses a bit in the last 10 years. As he started digging again, he leant forward to smell the freshly turned earth. "Oh, when there are things growing and birds singing and whistling, it makes me feel good." They worked harder and more happily than ever. Mary was sorry when she realised it was dinner time. "I shall have to go," she said sadly. She didn't want to leave Dickon. It all seemed too much like a dream. She couldn't believe that he would really be there when she came back. You would never tell?" she asked Dickon. "Imagine you were a thrush and you showed me your nest. Do you think I'd tell anyone?" Dickon smiled. "Not me. You're as safe as a thrush."